All right, what's up, fam? I want to talk about why self-improvement is not getting you the results you want. Self-improvement is not getting you the feelings that you're looking for and that you've been caught in it for a while, or you feel like you've been in it for a while and you've got way more to improve. Okay? And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I was stuck in the self-improvement trap for years. Okay? And I was constantly looking for that next thing, the next workshop, the next piece of content, the next epiphany, the next mentor, so that I could finally experience this shift that I was trying to make. And I need you to understand that this self-improvement journey is a beautiful journey, and it's a trap. And until you wake up and you expand your awareness to see how it's a trap, like I'm about to share with you in this video, you're going to stay in that trap. And what happens when you're in this self-improvement trap is you do improve. Like if you're doing self-improvement, you probably notice there are benefits. Of course, that's where we all start, and it's actually wonderful. And you kind of hit this ceiling, and then it's like you're constantly needing more self-improvement to feel okay. And you're constantly chasing, like, I'm just on the edge, I'm right there. And you say it for years and years and years and years and years. And you never quite break through. So you're hitting the ceiling. What I'm about to share with you is how to access everything that's above that ceiling by actually doing less. And the key is doing less and being more. Okay? And so when we are going about this, we're coming from this frame that we are the version of ourselves that is not good enough, and that's not confident, we're ultimately saying we're not the version that we want to be, and then we got to go out and become it. So we got to do a bunch of things in order to do that. So what I'm going to do is I flip this completely on its head. I flip it upside down, because everyone out there is doing a lot of great things. Wonderful. And most of the things that are out there that are showing you what to do in the self-improvement space, they're going to help you hit the ceiling, and I want to help you go way beyond it. I want to help you access more. So we flip it upside down because we realize it's all fucking backwards. And we realize that it's not that we are the version that's not good enough and needs to improve. It's that we are actually, at our core, we are the version that's good enough, that is expressing ourselves authentically, that does experience freedom and abundance and love and health and wealth in our lives. That is who we are at a core. Right now, you watching this, that is you. You can't deny it, you can't argue with me. It's just a fucking fact, okay? That's you. So you don't need to go out and necessarily improve anything. It's really getting your awareness, shining your light on this aspect of you, and then being able to then shine the light on all of the parts that are blocking you from expressing it. Okay, so it's like a river that wants to flow. It wants to naturally flow. This version of you, the version of you that's everything that you desire and dream of, that is the freedom and abundance and wealth and authentic expression, it's right here. It wants to flow, but there's a dam that's blocking it. Right? And so what we have to do is we just shine the light on that dam. And what we do is, just by shining our light of awareness, by then acknowledging it, and then by experiencing and expressing radical self-acceptance towards these things, the dam begins to slowly just fizzle out itself, and your natural, authentic confidence, freedom, and abundance flows through without having to do anything. Again, we're just shining the light of awareness onto these things, acknowledging it for what it is, and finding acceptance for these things. And just in that, you'll experience more authentic confidence, more of the freedom, abundance, all these things that you're looking for so deeply in self-improvement. Sounds way better, right? Rather than trying to do all these things, read all these books, do all these podcasts, attend all these seminars, journal for hours, meditate for hours. I'm trying. What if we could just take this little flashlight, shine it on all the things that are blocking the expression of our natural self? And what if that's all we had to do? Woo-hoo! Yeah, that's what we're talking about, okay? So the key then is exactly what I'm sharing. It's the awareness, it's the light, okay? So first we have to see it. We have to look at ourselves and look at these parts of ourselves that's the truth. We have to look at our essential nature, okay? And this, to me, is a spiritual journey. It's not just a self-improvement journey. It's a spiritual journey. And the word spirituality turns a lot of people off. When I talk about divine source, when I talk about energy and something that's so much greater than ourselves, it turns a lot of people off. And if that's you, so be it. Go do your thing. Let that turn you off, and I wish you the absolute best of luck. But if when you hear that, you're like, okay, maybe there's something, or you're already like, yeah, whoa, there's something. Like, I'm telling you, this is the fucking sauce. And if you are open enough in your life to receive your truth, to receive your spiritual nature, to receive your divine guidance, your divine gift, then wow, you're in for a fucking treat, my friend. And so when you get to shine your light on that and you begin to open yourself to these more spiritual concepts and these spiritual essence within you that is divine love, now you've shined your light on your truth. Okay? And then we got to go into the darkness. We got to kind of go down this spiral into the depth of all the things that we're rejecting in ourselves, the things that we're not accepting. Because what we resist persists. And we're trying, so we're all the things that we don't want and we want to change and we want to improve and we hate about ourselves will persist as long as you continue hating them and not wanting them. And so now we've shined a light on them. We've looked at these things. We've said them out loud. We've written them down. We've admitted them to ourselves. We've admitted them to someone that's in a safe container that we feel safe with. Now we've shined the light on them. We get to then acknowledge what's happening in this situation. We get to acknowledge that have been programs that we've been running by. We get to acknowledge that they're a part of who we actually are and they're part of the experience, and then we find a space to really truly accept them. And this isn't acceptance of like, okay, now I got to live with this forever, but like at its core, that's ultimately what acceptance is. But you have to understand that this isn't like some scary where all the things you hate about yourself, you just have to accept them and you're going to hate them forever. Because it's in the true acceptance of them that the hate naturally fades. And when you accept, you can't accept and hate at the same time. And so in the acceptance, there is a natural love. And so your experience of these things will naturally turn to love. And what will happen is as your experience turns to love, these things that you hate so much about yourself, as they transform, love transforms them into things that you truly love. It lets go of the parts of yourself that you've hated so much. It lets that fade off, and it transforms it. It transmutes it. It alchemizes that energy into light, into things that you will absolutely just be ecstatic about in your life. This is where we access the freedom, abundance, health, wealth, and authentic, confident expression in our life, because we found acceptance, and in that acceptance, alchemize the dragon into light, into whatever, into a fairy. I don't like necessarily fairy was immediately a dragon to fairy, but you get my point, okay? And so it is in this acceptance that will completely transform everything for you, all right? And so when we're going in self-improvement, this is why you're stuck, because you're not accepting yourself. You're wanting to improve. You hate the parts of yourself, or you don't like exactly where you are. So you're constantly in this like I need to improve mode. And that is what the trap is. You'll stay stuck in that I need to improve mode forever. But by looking at your divine nature, by accepting the parts of yourself that you've been rejecting, you naturally allow yourself to flourish and rise up in your level of consciousness, in your level of expression. And it's so much easier. You're doing less and being more. And through your being more, all of the doing happens. This is where then the clarity of your purpose comes through. This is where your relationships really deepen in your life. This is where you don't have as many kind of high highs and low lows. You kind of begin to find this beautiful balance. And look, it's never going to just be all love and light, maybe way down the road of the spiritual journey, but it's like we're looking for this experience in which we're constantly feeling full and fulfilled and in love and expressing ourselves authentically. And even in the times when we're feeling dark and down and insecure, which is going to happen. It even happens to me, guys. Like, I'm this confidence coach with hundreds of thousands of followers on social and all of this. Like, I'm not perfect either. And that's the beauty of it. It's not something that I'm afraid of or hate about myself anymore. I absolutely love it because it's always teaching me to remember who I am, to remember my divine nature, to shine the light on those things that I'm not accepting and continue evolving up and up and up and up. And so it becomes an exponential curve of growth, whereas self-improvement is kind of like this, and then you just go shh, and then you hit this massive plateau. What I'm showing you, what I'm sharing with you today, the light that I'm shining on for you in your life is your true nature. It's your power. It's your truest path to this exponential growth in ways that you can't even imagine. Okay? And so if you can really begin to look at these parts of yourselves and accept these parts of yourselves in a safe container your life will transform in ways that I can't even explain right now and you can't even fully comprehend yet. And I'm so fucking excited for you because you've actually made it to this part of the video. And so if you are still here, you have to realize that you've just shined your light of awareness onto parts of yourself and parts of this reality in which you probably never even heard of or thought about in this kind of way or seen in this kind of way. And now, again, I told you, the awareness is the first step. Your awareness just in watching this video will begin to transform and alchemize many parts of your life. And so if you start to notice shifts happening within you, if you start to notice feelings that are coming up, whether they're light or whether they're dark, drop them in the comments below so I can get a feel for what you're experiencing and maybe even offer a little bit of guidance in the direction that you can move. And if you really like this video and you want to let me know, then hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this that are really geared towards helping you see your own inner light and let that shine with authentic confidence in the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.